welcome to your daily impact. I am Tamara Jean, your awakening mentor and wellness astrologer here on High Vibe TV. And this impact is for Saturday, December 28th through the 30th of 2024, coming close to the end of this very interesting and for most challenging year coming to a close, as I'm sure that we're all feeling the intensity of the energies as we are closing out this universal 8-year. And first, I would like to say happy birthday, solar return, to my husband. His birthday is actually today on the 28th. So happy birthday, my love. And looking forward to celebrating so many more with you. This video that I have is Good Vibes, binaural beats with 852 hertz and 963 hertz, which both restore spiritual order, divine order, and connect to higher planes of consciousness, to your higher self. It is an activation, awakening of your pineal gland is the binaural beats that are in this video. Again, that is Good Vibes Binaural Beats channel on YouTube if you would like to go to this specific video. And with all of the energies that we have and leading into this new moon in Capricorn, that there's a lot happening since the solstice portal opened with those really high powerful, pure light frequencies, those source codes that came streaming in and directly deep into your heart center and activating the cosmic heart within your universal consciousness that exists within you. And with that comes the unearthing of everything that is not at that frequency, right? Not at that vibratory level. Unearthing and creating this experience that really has our emotions in experiencing the full spectrum of emotion, I would say. And I know many that Christmas in the middle of the week, that's just kind of, it's different for everyone, but the energy was really different. I know many people that celebrate Christmas that didn't, they're like, it doesn't really feel like it. It feels strange and kind of vacillating on the emotional spectrum, and just things coming up or the mind going. And so these frequencies to help, because with this upcoming new moon in Capricorn on Monday, there's opportunity to really anchor a more self-acceptance, more growth and vision, and to really ground in these things, but things that are aligned with your soul. And with the sun still being in gate 58 in joyous vitality, the earth in gate 52 in the mountain, and the mountain is that you are the mountain. You have it within you, right, to know whether it's time to take the action or whether it's time to be still. All of the aspects that we have are filtering through all of that. It's being really, there can be a lot of scattered thinking, right? A lot of ideas all over the place. And so to do your best to, you can view it as a sifting through, right? There's, okay, these many different inspirations coming in or ideas coming through. And how do they feel, because we're anchoring into the heart. Things are processing through as we work on clearing, and for some it is a reconnecting, and others it's continuing to develop and strengthen your connection deep within your heart with your soul, also your higher self, right, and spirit, strengthening that connection, beginning to allow, of course, you have to be willing to hear what the answer is. And I'll talk about too how that is getting expressed in the body over these few days, because these are going to be things, to be your little subtle message from your body that will have that deeper meaning into what's at the root of things, and that's what these frequencies that have been streaming in. You noticed the increase into the solar activity and the geomagnetic activity that we said would be coming, right? That is, I'm pretty sure you're either not sleeping very well, or when you sleep, it's going deep and you are whether you're astral traveling, right, working out things in dream time. There's a lot of that happening, and these different aspects of you that may show up as other people in your dream, right, are saying things, and for you to receive that, and but you want to be clear and connected for your interpretation and translation as to what the message really is. And so all of this kind of it looks like, going through a maze or a labyrinth. And some are dead ends, or some you may meet that minotaur, or, different things that can be hidden within, right? But it's all representing our psyche and all the different aspects. And so those are all coming up with all of the aspects that we have. And the goal is getting to the heart of the matter, especially with Mars opposing Pluto, and that getting stronger, right, as the degrees get closer and closer. And it's really important to direct that energy for the healing and understanding, that deeper understanding, rather than, reacting and being impulsive, which can influence blood pressure and heart issues that Mars in Leo is prone to having, especially later in life. And so I just kept getting to the heart of the matter. Lots of things, in the mental field, the mental energy body, and wanting to, there's that desire for change, but all the while there's a balancing and harmonization process that is happening, right? And we'll have Chiron also station direct this weekend. There's so much happening this weekend. And Mercury trining Chiron. So also helping, right, to uncover these hidden things, feeling it so intensely since solstice, really, the intensity intensified. And there's a lot that is connected with inner child or early childhood wounding issues that are coming up for healing, right? And where in the current human design transit, right, that the sun and earth are, that the planetary bodies are all in purpose of this discovery of really what does bring you joy, where you're going to put your energy. Because when we have that new moon in Capricorn, here is now, right? This opportunity, because we know new moon, right? New cycle, new intentions, new plantings, all of that. And so much power with the earth element in being able to really powerfully have those land on your grid, and being in that level of consciousness that you are operating from the creation, right? Because we're still, I talked about how through the 31st are these frequencies of this energy that is much more feminine, and there is this, like, it's really right interesting as it feels not grounded, much more in the void, which can have our mind confused, or not. We're not able to crystallize anything per se, yet we are, it's kind of this very, right, ethereal or in between space. But once January 1st hits, that masculine energy and that energy of consciousness then really starts to land, and that focusing in on the creation energy, all of that inspired action will naturally and organically happen to bring it into into manifestation. And so there's a lot coming up, right, with our beliefs, and there's opportunity to really kind of dive into where, right, these beliefs even came from. And this is part of the childhood things that are coming up to the surface of your awareness, and start asking the questions of, is this even mine? Is it your belief, or what you are feeling? Is it even yours? And the connection with the collective, right? Because we have, of course, the North Node, or the nodes are now at 1 degree, and that North Node getting closer and closer to Neptune, and just where we're all, it's like the web of design, that ethereal cosmic web of energy of golden and silver strands that connects everything in all timelines, all dimensions and universes, right? You can like web of consciousness, universal consciousness, but I will say even, there is this universal consciousness, right? But then even beyond that, of all consciousness, and being able to, the ability to be able to tap into that, as that you have access to that within, at going through your heart portal inward, connecting with that universal consciousness, that cosmic heart within you, and be able to connect and tap into that at any time. And that's going to be part of the journey in the upcoming nodal cycle as well. And so I was seeing with these energies that we have over, Saturday through Monday, as far as being physically expressed, I kept seeing the teeth and the joints and the gallbladder. And so the teeth can be holding on to shame, guilt, fear, anger, blame, bitterness, right? This can be part of a lot of the inner child work. This can be things that are coming through in your dream time. Are you waking up from, did you notice, were you clenching your teeth? Or perhaps, you're experiencing some TMJ. This is unresolved childhood issues and frequent self-sabotage. And this can be feeling overwhelmed, stressed. And so you want to, one of the things you can do is to visualize like a pearl colored substance going into and filling each tooth. And I would even take that a step further in coating that substance and that before putting it into your teeth, right? Not only is there teeth reflexology and how that connects to all your different organs, just like foot reflexology, there's also teeth reflexology. Also symbolically, especially in the back molars or wisdom teeth, if you do have them, does connect to ancestral lineage. And so, right would be paternal, left would be maternal, and just starting to become really aware of this is energy that we can see, or, you have to be willing to hear the answer or receive the information. And so in doing so, in receiving, getting to the root of things, and if it is yours, and this brings me to like the joints, you may be feeling different pain in different joints. And this is about suppressing or pushing down pain from the past, especially guilt, resentment, and anger. This can be holding on to a belief that's there, that there's not enough for you, not enough money, not enough love, not enough of whatever there for you. And you could be feeling stuck, critical of yourself and others. And so this is where you start to ask those questions of, what is blocking you from being flexible or even allowing yourself to move forward? So to imagine that you have like a bottle or something in your hands that contains a healing oil. And imagine that you are pouring this on your joints, or areas of inflammation that you may be experiencing, and observe that oil kind of penetrating and moving through the joint. And, how would that feel to be able to move with ease, with grace? And with the gallbladder, that is, which I've talked about before, that also dealing with resentment or experiencing grief about whether it's men or the masculine or your own masculine nature, right? Or energy within you, or about your achievement in the world. Coming to the end of a calendar year, it is a time of reflection, but to really, rather than going to the place of what you didn't get accomplished, right, in this last year, to look at what you have accomplished this year. So many of us have been through so much. And as we've been closing out so many patterns and cycles, right, karmic things, so many things, that to really honor yourself in where you are at presently. And, the gallbladder can, when there is toxicity there, inflammation, are you thinking of yourself as a failure and therefore you do self-sabotage, right? It's all kind of like in purpose of that self-sabotage, that's actually a protection mechanism, right? We have energy where we can be very protective about our beliefs. And so with that gallbladder, sabotaging yourself as far as when it comes to opportunities for success. And so for the gallbladder, to imagine or visualize that gallbladder, and it's kind of like behind the liver here, and visualize it. Does it look, what color is it, right? Is it the vibrant, like a vibrant green, or is it more muddied? Is it full or is it empty, half full, filled with toxicity? And then you just imagine that you are taking that toxicity and throwing it into a purple fire in front of you, right? And working with the violet flame. And some things that I got an essential oil and 2 crystals, but I'll still pull cards for this energy to assist you is clove. Clove is the oil of boundaries, and it helps in letting go of patterns of self-betrayal and codependency by reconnecting to your personal integrity. So it's really very relevant for the energies that we have right now and going into that new moon in Capricorn. It feels very much okay, get connected and aligned with your soul and listening to its intelligence, right? Allowing that to be your guide. We really need to rely on our own internal strategy and authority, especially where the sun and earth are at this time. And the companion oil for clove, which does help when it comes to tooth pain. Also, it actually numbs the area temporarily. So you can use that, but interesting of how it is the oil of boundaries, right? And how teeth, when it comes to self-neglect or holding on to, those lower vibratory emotions, old unresolved issues from childhood, especially what may be your expression in expressing yourself when you were a child, and how if that was like shut down, that may be coming up, and like what you thought of things or how you perceived things, and that wasn't received or allowed, like all of this stuff that's been coming up. And so you may be feeling it in your teeth. So the clove can help physically. Ginger is the companion oil, because that is the ginger is the oil of empowerment. So helping you to make empowering decisions for yourself. The crystals I was seeing was prehnite, which I have this beautiful prehnite bracelet that I got from one of our beautiful high vibers, Louise. Thank you, Louise. I still wear this so very often because it connects with your heart and solar plexus. It does help. It brings like inner peace, and it enhances your intuition. It helps provide emotional healing. And then I was seeing moss agate, which is also a heart stone. It is one of new beginnings, and it promotes growth, and it does help you manifest goals. Moss agate is like a prosperity stone. Both prehnite and moss agate attract abundance. And then that moss agate too does help in releasing toxicity from the heart, in the heart space. So these can be used right in different ways, both for like cleansing and healing, and then bringing in the joy, that new beginning energy, abundance, all those things that we all want to experience. It serves for both, right? And you can even add, if you wanted to add blue apatite to that. Blue apatite enhances the properties of the other stones that it is working with, right? Clear quartz is also an amplifier, right? But of course, right, all all things of like, don't do too much all at once. It's just like doing too many emotional processes at once, right? You can be a hot mess. So you want to everything in divine timing. Use the earth's energy that is grounded in that gate 52, in the root center. Both of those are in the sun, and the earth are in the root center. So you may be feeling that internal pressure of expansion and evolution and things that have been holding you back or restrictive, right? That like Pluto is still in the root in gate 60 of limitation. So we are working at those. We still have Saturn in 63 in the mind, and that in the gate of doubts. We've got Jupiter in the throat with progress. So, and Uranus in the throat too. So there's a lot that is, and then we have Mars. Mars is in the gate of waiting. So right in that stillness. And so it's very important to, as these questions stream in, as the doubts stream in, as we're, working on like how we are expressing ourselves, where we're being able to express our authenticity and things that we're feeling and thinking, right? You can add in lavender here. That helps with expressing those deeper thoughts and feelings, but feeling safe to do so, because it's the oil of communication. That, and then you can add spearmint to that, right? Oil of confident speech. So you feel like you are clearly articulating and speaking, right? With clarity and confidence. So there's a lot of tools we can use in taking that pause. Remember, you're the mountain, and to ground yourself with these frequencies. So we've got like the frequencies that are working deep within the heart center, right? And then we have these others coming in with a lot of these aspects and this Capricorn energy that I see really at another deeper activation with the pineal gland. And seeing that where in the front, working more with the magician, which is the masculine, in the vision, and which will strategize or inspire the actions with that vision. And the blind seer with the pituitary back behind, in the back of the third eye being feminine, right? Creation, manifestation. You can see how that's working. Then we have fennel. Fennel is the oil of responsibility, very Capricorn, and taking full responsibility. But you shift into your body and listen, release the emotions you have been storing, and move forward. So as, right, these energies are influencing, oh no, it's Mercury that's in the gate of waiting, I'm sorry, and Mars is in the gate of influence. So Mercury trining Chiron, right, we're on that internal guidance with that, and waiting, right, especially with the emotions, and wait to return to a neutral point before taking the action. And with that gate of influence with Mars, and I'm just going to inject this really quickly, is that being in the gate of influence, that it doesn't have to be with force, right? Which is a challenge for the Mars and Leo just normally, and being retrograde, that that's where the relation to like the blood pressure and the heart issues start coming about, because we're trying to force things. But that's where, okay, let's pause, and in getting to the heart of the matter, and use that fiery energy for in directing it. Also looking at, there's law of cause and effect, and that being in, because there's lots of reflections in our reality playing out right now that they're all external experiences to really show us what's going on internally. And so, and pause and view through that lens, right? That perception of what is in this situation or experience that is showing something that's going on internally. It's a reflection of what is going on internally, right? And be willing and open to receive what that is. And so fennel then helping to allow the release, right, of things, of the emotions that have been stored and moving forward. So we've got clove, ginger, lavender spearmint, if you need that, fennel, cinnamon, and, clove, and cinnamon, right? You can see these are all solar plexus as well. And which the pre-night does get into. That is our will, that a lot of people view the solar plexus as our power center, our divine will. We also connect to others. We also have genetic code. That is also our gut, and where we are digesting things, we're transforming things, we're absorbing things, right? All of that. So there's a lot there in that cinnamon assisting in allowing yourself to experience joy. And so it is as you sift through and release, right, where the sun being in joyous vitality, we are getting deeper and deeper in the different expressions of that through the different lines of what does bring you joy, what is actually your joy, and what you want to create, and being in the cause, operation of the cause. So that's going to be the creation, right? And the effect is the manifestation. I'm going to dive deeper into that at a later time. We have Emerald Tablet Activation, Cosmic Ordering, Divine Alchemy, Conscious Manifesting. So, waiting for that to, there we go, coming clearly. I love that cosmic ordering. So here we are, right? 852 hertz. You really stepping into your power as we go into this earth energy, right? With the sun and the moon, with the new moon in Capricorn, and being able to activate within your heart. And like I said, it says conscious manifesting, but also that where you are operating in the law of cause, this is that creation energy, right? And the effect then is the result, is the manifestation. Live as the result, focus in causation, in creation. There's going to be a lot to deprogram and untangle in that process. Right? That's what I do. That's why I'm here in helping to teach that and help people through that process. So if you would like to, I have a few spots open in working one-to-one with me for this next year. You can go to my website, I'll put the link below, and check out my Divine Mastery program. And there's also Divine Diamond, it's shorter, and it's not quite as involved as Divine Mastery. There is a focus on a reconnection with the soul and your blueprint and activating your soul codes, and so forth. But we can talk about that if you choose to book that resonance interview. I would love to explore that with you, and especially with this upcoming year and the new nodal cycle, which happens. The nodes change January 11th at 3:02 p.m. Pacific, which is interesting that, that adds up to a 5, and 5 is the number of change, and things are certainly going to change, and in big ways in 2025. So I am sending you lots of new moon blessings, and I'm going to see you back here on the 31st for an end of the year and the upcoming year. And I will see you then. Have a great weekend.